Okay, the next one is also a jumble sentence. A, B, C, D, E. 5 sentences. Okay. See, for a context like this, I'll give you a tip. Pay attention to the punctuations as well. Okay. You have a comma here after A. Right? Then you have a comma after D. It's not a full stop. Which means A and D kind of have to be clubbed together to join a sentence which gives a full stop. Keep that in mind. So then you figure out which should be the topic sentence accordingly. So Nanda's question is, ma'am, according to me, arrangement will be A, E, B, C, D, but answer is D, A, E, B, C. Please discuss it. Let's quickly look at it. Okay. So if I go with Nanda's sequence, A, E, B, opening up the possibility of introducing the new paradigm shifting tax regime on July 1st this year. A more realistic view would be to set the launch date of the new tax 3 months after the final state and central GST laws are passed and the rules published. Okay, but answer is D, A, B, C. So let's understand what the topic sentence can be. See, my immediate connecting sentences would be B and C. I'll tell you why. Because if you look at B and C, B says a more realistic view would be to set the launch date of the new tax 3 months after the final state and central GST laws are passed and the rules published. Companies need time to prepare their accounting systems in order to draw up an invoice that fully conforms to the requirements of the new tax on launch day. So there is a direct correlation between B and C. If you answer the question, why is it pragmatic, right? Realistic means being practical. So why is it practical to set the launch date 3 months later? Because companies need time to prepare. So which means I have to have C following B for some reason. Okay, now I just need to decide. So I'm asking the question, why is it practical to set the launch date of the new tax 3 months after? Because companies need time to prepare. So C has to follow B. The question is, what seems more like a starting sentence? D. It is indeed welcome that the centre and the states have reached agreement on the vexed issue of dual control of administering the goods and services tax. Right? It starts off, it kind of gives you a foundation. So this has been an ongoing issue, an issue that's troubling, vexed, right? That's your clue word. So they've come to an agreement. Saying what? So how did they come to an agreement? Opening up the possibility of introducing the new paradigm shifting tax regime on July 1st this year. So I'm going to go with, obviously that's why the answer is D, A, E, B, C. You cannot segregate A, E and D. Nanda. See, BC is a combination because we've already seen why. And DAE, because of the punctuations, you have to connect it to a context, right? So, it is indeed welcome that the centre and the states have reached agreement on this issue, administering the goods and services tax, by doing what? Opening up the possibility of introducing the new paradigm shifting tax regime on July 1st this year. That makes logical sense and this is the right context. It cannot be, you can't separate DAE. BC, you've got it right, but you've separated that's why I said pay attention to the punctuation marks. In A and D, you have punctuation marks. You have to connect that to a sentence which concludes with a full stop, which is E. So that's about it. Obviously, this is a jumbled sentence. 5 statements are given below, correct? A, B, C, D, E. Among these, first sentence is given. Arrange the other 4 sentences. Okay, so if you look at the options, right, if you look at the options, they're saying first sentence is correct. So we know that A is pakka, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 options. The starting sentence is A. As the death count of civilian and military casualties gets higher, a truce along the line of control between the Indian and the Pakistani held territories of Kashmir has increasingly become the need of the hour. So we have the topic sentence. We just need to look for clue words, repeat words. Repeat words we don't really need to see, but yes, it might help us in connecting, 2 sentences. This sentence has to go with this. So we have the topic sentence. We just need to figure out some keywords where we can quickly connect the answer. So figure out, look for keywords, clue words. Let's quickly try and unravel this. Okay, so let's quickly look at it, right? Now, the topic sentence is there. The topic sentence is talking about what? What is the key word from the topic sentence? A truce. Meaning, hey, let's peace out, right? Let's kind of try and figure this out peacefully. So as the death count of civilian and military casualties gets higher, a truce along the line of control between the Indian and the Pakistani held territories of Kashmir is increasingly. So a truce is our highlighting keyword. The truce has become the need of the hour. So AD will be a definite connecting sentence, but not for the reason that you've mentioned, right? The reason is, much to its credit, what is it referring to? The truce. Who took the initiative? Pakistan took the initiative. So AD, right, which means we can quickly eliminate option E, because indeed is a descriptive clue word and it's giving me some other expansion, right? So I can eliminate option 4. I can also eliminate option 2. It starts out with AB. What occasion are they referring to, right? So I have to choose between 1, 3 and... Oh, that's it. Only 1 and 3. Even 5 is AB. Out. AD, AD. And if you look at 1 and 3, I have ADC as a... Already it's there. So keep looking at the options, right? Don't break your head, okay, what will come after D? Just keep looking at the options and move accordingly. I only have to decide whether it is BE or EB. So AD, what is C saying again? Because D has introduced this character, Aziz, right? Which is in C. So that's another connect for you. So much to the truce's credit, it was Pakistan that took the initiative to get the ball rolling when Sartaj Aziz, right, the foreign minister, indicated that his government was ready to resume high-level, comprehensive and unconditional talks with the Indian government. Aziz also suggested, he goes on, C suggested that a beginning could be made on the sidelines of the 6th Ministerial Conference of the Heart of Asia. Again, they're introducing this conference, which is termed Heart of Asia, Istanbul process, right, on Afghanistan, a meeting involving that country and its neighbors and regional partners chaired by India and held at Amritsar on 3rd, 4th December. Now you tell me, what's the highlighting keyword in C? What is making reference to that? And also keep in mind the descriptive clue word indeed in E. Now you tell me whether C will be followed by E or B. That's my question. The clue word for us from C is Heart of Asia, Istanbul process. So indeed is further going on to explain what this Heart of Asia is all about. New Delhi went to the extent of using the Heart of Asia conference to advance its campaign to diplomatically isolate Islamabad. And then we have B. The occasion was a golden opportunity for New Delhi to diffuse the diplomatic and military hostilities, which is introduced here, diplomatic, right? So the answer is A, D, C, E, B, not option 1. Option 3. Are you following? Right? So pay attention to kind of keywords, what's the highlighting word in the context, ask questions, pay attention to hint words like, descriptive hint words. There could be sequence also, but the answer is ADCEB, that's the answer.